Hello, Internet! Welcome back to another TRV story time. Let's hit it.
This has been a TRV production.
Okay, so this story time is about the world's fakest Roblox hacker. So let's just hop into it. So at the time of this story, I was like 8 or 9, oblivious, dumb, didn't know much, stupid. And I was friends with this kid from school. His name was Jaden. So me and Jaden were tight because like we had the same classes, we both had Xboxes, we both played Fortnite, we both played Roblox. It was cool. So one day I was playing Fortnite with Jaden, and Jaden invited his friend Hedgehog to the party. And Hedgehog, he was cool. He was like 15, and we hung out, we played Fortnite, did some trios, won. It was super cool. And I added Hedgehog, and we became friends. So a few weeks later, me, Jaden, and Hedgehog are playing Roblox Jailbreak. And Jaden says he's gonna invite his friend who was making up a myth, like those Roblox myth stories you see. And his friend was named Snake the First. That name is gonna be very important later on. So Snake the First had this like really sketchy outfit. It was like all black with a creepy little smiley face on it. It was weird. So we played some Jailbreak, and I added Snake the First. And he was asking me like how Jaden was already a part of his Roblox myth, how Hedgehog was already part of his myth. He was like, oh, I should join. It's like cool role plays and stuff. And we were doing like a cool myth thing, and it was like a horror movie and stuff. And oblivious me agrees. So he adds me to this Roblox group. It was called like the Snake Myth Hunters or something along those lines. And apparently there was a bunch of other people along those names. There was like Snake the Second, Snake the Third, Snake the Fourth or something. And there was this one person who was like in the very back of the group, and his name was Josh's Snake. Like the name was Josh's Snake. So that kind of weirded me out, but I just let it be. So I thought it was just fun and games and stuff. So the next day at school, I'm telling Jaden how I joined the Snake group and stuff, and super cool and stuff, and how do you find it out? And Jaden is being super vague with the details, you know. He's like, oh yeah. Just one day randomly, this Snake guy added me, and I just choose to believe the story because, like, for a 9-year-old's perspective, I guess that kind of makes sense. So a few days after that, the mysterious guy, Josh's Snake, adds me. And he says how, like, oh, do you want to play a game? Like, what in the Jigsaw? He's saying, oh, do you want to play a game? Like, oh, I'm playing Mad City right now. You want to join me? And while I was playing Mad City, I was also multitasking and doing my school project on Google Slides. And I put a picture of Shrek in there to be funny. So, Josh's Snake says, why don't you delete the Shrek off your Google slide and stop playing Roblox and focus on your work? I'm like, what? How do you know that? And during that, I was on Xbox party call with Jaden. So like, I'm like telling him about all these messages, and he's like, whoa, that's weird. So I'm like getting super creeped out and weirded out, and he's telling a bunch of things like, oh, you should put your laptop to charge. And my laptop was at like 10% battery. So I'm like, what? And like you know how teachers can like view your Google slide and go in it and you see the little icon in the top corner? And he's like, oh, your teacher's viewing your Google Slide. I hope she likes it. I'm like, what? So I quickly go into panic mode. I'm tearing up because, like, I think there's this crazy stalker looking at me or something. So I quickly unadd him and rush to the Snake group to tell Snake the First about it. And like, yo, bro, this Josh the Snake guy who's in the group was messaging me and telling me creepy things. So he's like, interesting. And he tells me this whole, like, really made up sounding backstory, but I didn't know it was made up at the time. He was saying how, like, oh, he was the founder of the Snake group, but he became evil and he abandoned the rest of us. Ooh, spooky. And I'm like, oh my god. Oh, god, that's... Ah! So he's telling me all this, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm in a bigger world now. I think I'm gonna die. He's saying how, like, Josh's Snake used to be a part of the group, and he left to be evil and stuff, and they never even bothered to take him out of the Roblox group. So I'm like, oh. And I go to sleep, have a few nightmares about this guy, and I wake up, go to school, and I go and talk to Jaden. And Jaden is telling me all the, like, I'm recapping everything to Jaden. He's like, oh, man, that's freaky. So he's like, oh, we're gonna need reinforcements to stop Josh's Snake. So he starts going around the school asking people if they want to join the Snake to help stop him. And eventually, he gets to my school crush. Let's think of a fake name for her. Velma. So Jaden actually successfully recruits Velma to the Snake group. And we're going to have, like, a meeting that day. So me, Velma, and Jaden join Welcome to Bloxburg. And Velma's in her house, and Jaden's like, Snake will be expecting you soon to initiate you. All culty sounding. And eventually, she gets scared because she also thinks that this hacker thing is real and that there's an evil man, spooky, out there trying to hack everyone. Like Project Zorgo or something from those Chad Wild Clay videos. So she actually gets so scared that she just leaves and unadds Jaden and unadds me. And that is, air quotes, the end of it. But later on, Jaden finds a way to get Velma to come back and try and, like, join Snake again. At this point, Hedgehog is also a part of the Snake group because apparently he was also a founder. He's known about this for a while, and he has no idea it's fake. He doesn't know that the hackers are real and stuff. So Velma refuses to join once again. So he just gives up on her completely. A few weeks after that, I'm on just on my Xbox watching YouTube, chilling, and I get a message from Hedgehog, and he's like, Jaden is hurt. Josh's Snake attacked him in his home. I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. And Hedgehog tells me how he heard that Snake the First told him that Josh's Snake sniped him through the window and he got shot in the leg. And I'm panicking like, oh my god, my friend. And I'm like crying. I'm like, oh no. So I'm like, no. But then he texts me back and says, oh, I'm sorry, it was a false alarm. I'm like, Hedgehog, bro, why? So at this point, I'm like 9 years old, and Hedgehog just turned 16, and Jaden is 9 also now. And we just fall apart, really. we never, like, I never heard the end of the snake stuff, and I haven't talked to Hedgehog in forever, but apparently he, like, disappeared off Xbox, stopped joining and everything. So I'm, like, all alone now. I don't have any Xbox friends, super lonely, depressed, emo, and I realize, I want to go back through my old Xbox messages with Snake the First. And it was a bunch of, like, creepy 010001. So I decide, I'm gonna decode this. So I'm decoding it and on my phone, and, like, it is so eye-opening. So I see all this, and, like, I translate it, and it says, Jaden is Snake. Jaden is Josh's Snake. It's all fake. Hedgehog doesn't know. So the whole time in these hidden messages, it was just, Jaden was just teasing me. It was so weird. I'm like, wow, betrayal. And yeah, the fake Roblox hacker. I thought my friend died. Tried to initiate innocent kids. Moral of the story: never join a creepy Roblox group. Never add someone named Josh's Snake on Roblox. Also, I forgot to mention this, but the Snake group got taken down for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I got taken down. Like, subscribe, follow TikTok. You know the drill. Peace.